Hey, this is Politics with Laura. I got a barn burner for you. Just when you think the IRA has no shame, they fool you. Not long after the massacre occurred in Texas, what do? They hold this rally or a gun show, I'm sorry. And I get this information from Jamaica. I like getting information from other countries because I know that there's more to the story, or they report the accuracy of the information. But also, sadly, it also brings shame to this country when it is hard to shame America. America is that one person who doesn't understand it's time to get off the stage and stays too long. Just my opinion. So, let me show you the article of shame. Alrighty. This is Jamaica. And it has an NRA stages big gun show in Texas days after school massacre. You can't make this stuff up. Look, I have a wild imagination. I'll be the first one to tell you. But I would never be able to pull something like this off. This is outrageous, in my opinion. Alrighty, let's take a look at this. Yeah, the National Rifle Association, the NRA, begins its annual convention in Houston on Friday, and leaders of the powerful gun rights lobbying group are gearing up to reflect on and deflect any blame the deadly shooting earlier this week of 19 children and 2 teachers at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas. Now, how can I say? All right. Now, I don't personally blame the NRA. No, I don't. Who I do blame are the companies that are not following the policies. There are policies in place for protection. Now, it's easy to blame the NRA because, you had Moses. That was the NRA spokesperson, Charleston Heston, who parted the Red Sea. I'm joking. I'm trying to have a light heart. I don't want to get angry and lose it. But back on track. I digress. Let me back it up. Now, okay, the NRA, I do not hold them responsible. No. I don't believe that they're liable. The liability falls on the person that had the gun and committed the crimes. That's where the liability lies with, in my opinion. Also, the civil liability, in my opinion, falls on the gun stores that did not follow the rules. Now, there had to have been a cool-off time to where this boy turned 18. He goes on there, walks in the store. Hey, I'm 18. I want to get a gun. And walks out with a gun. Now, were the rules followed? In my opinion, apparently they were not. None of this would have occurred. But let me get back to the article. Let me pull this up some. Oops. All right. Former President Donald Trump and other leading Republicans are scheduled to address the 3-day firearms marketing and advocacy event, which is expected to draw protesters fed up with the gun violence. Some scheduled speakers and performers have backed out, including 2 Texan lawmakers. Really? And American Pie singer Don McLean. You know the song? What is it? My American Pie. Oh, take the Chevy to the left. I don't know the words, but I just know the good old boys. I'm having an adolescent outburst. Who said it would be disrespectful to go ahead with his act in the aftermath of the country's latest mass shooting. Now, I got to give it up to him. Someone has common sense. Someone is using their noodle and saying, this don't look right. Not only this don't look right, but I'm not going to be a part of it. Someone who's being sensible. Just in my opinion. Just in my opinion. All right. While President Joe Biden and Democrats in Congress have renewed calls for stricter gun laws, the NRA board member Phil Journey said the focus should be on better mental health care. Bam! I can't believe I'm actually believing in it. Believing what somebody is saying. Mental health. I agree. And let's go back to the genesis of it. Ronald the Peach Reagan. That wonderful person who gutted out a lot of the money to mental health and then said, hey, do the best you can, states. I'm taking a big chunk of money out and you do the best you can. I digress again. Somebody's actually saying the word mental health. Okay, trying to prevent gun violence, and he said he would support banning or limiting access to firearms. And you know, I think the problem isn't the firearms, in my opinion. Okay, look, this is just simply what I think. It's just simply my opinion, and remember, we do have a right to our own opinions. Let's not take our opinions away. It's the policymakers, the stores. They are not following the laws. We already have a lot of gun laws already. Why not put them into effect first before you want to add more gun laws if you haven't even enacted the ones that are already on the books? That, in my opinion, makes no sense. I would give you an analogy, but it's going to be something about a big girl and having cake over there and putting a buzzer. I'm being silly. I'm being hyperbolic right about now. Okay. Could you check on her? Thank you. I'm sorry. All right, the firearms. Is that where I left off? Okay, the NRA said in an online statement that people attending the gun show will reflect on the Uvalde school shooting, praying for the victims, recognize our patriotic members, and pledging to reduce our commitment to making our schools secure. Now, that right there, I would love to see, because I did in fact, yesterday, I did a video And it has been stated that police officers do not have a by constitutional law, they don't have to help you. They don't. You could be getting a slobber knocker beat out of you, and a police officer could be standing right there, looking at the fingernails, seeing you get your butt kicked, cleaning the nails, and do not a doggone thing, right? Now, here's a kicker. But be an unarmed black man or a black woman, and let's even add Latinos, because Latinos are starting to get beat too. Unarmed. But then again, the police officer, like, I was afraid for my life. I was afraid, that's why I had to kill him. But when you had that going on in Buffalo, 10 people got killed. Police officers did not even bother to go in. But they're afraid of somebody who's unarmed and can kill them. But when you see someone with arms, you are beyond a coward. And I'm not talking about those who actually do their job, who really serve and protect the unwritten rule that we all agreed upon, and our tax dollars pay for everything. But let me save that for another time. I don't want to make myself upset again. People planning to attend picked up registration badges Thursday and shopped for NRA's souvenirs, such as T-shirts that say "Sun Up" or "Sun Out." Sun's out, guns out. Police already had set up metal barriers across the street of the convention center and a park where protesters are expected to gather on Friday. Gary Francis traveled with his wife and friends from Racine, Wisconsin. Wow, what a distance, to attend an NRA meeting. He said he opposes any gun control regulations in response to the Uvalde shooting. Okay. What happened there is obviously tragic, he said, but the NRA had nothing to do with it. People who come here have nothing to do with it. And, this may be an unpopular statement. Oh, I didn't move it up. This may be an unpopular statement, but he has a point. I'm going to reiterate it again. The NRA had nothing to do with it. The policymakers made the laws. Now, who is to blame? Is the people that actually had the gun and committed these atrocities. The stores that sold these guns to these people without doing the proper check or following the guidelines of the state and federal law guidelines, and allowing this to happen. Also, the police officers who should have gone in and not let the people get slaughtered. However, now, let's say this, and this is a very unpopular statement, but it makes sense. If people were allowed to carry guns, I don't care how messed up you are here. You may be crazy, but not stupid. You're not going to go in a place to where you're going to shoot somebody and people are going to shoot you back. No. Matter of fact, the young guy, where was this? It was it New York City? I don't quite remember. The guy who dressed up like the Joker and went into a movie theater and killed a bunch of people. Now, He passed several movie theaters to where they allowed guns. Like I said, you may be crazy, but you're not stupid. You're going to go to where there's no resistance. You're going to go to where you're going to be the big man on campus or big person on campus. I'm just saying. And recently, where was this? This was a couple of days ago. A woman heard gunshots. Matter of fact, this guy was at a party and he was asked to leave for whatever reason. I don't remember why he was asked to leave. He goes home, he comes back, and he starts shooting people. This woman pulls out her gun and puts him down. Imagine if she weren't there. Now, what some people say, well, you should call the police. Did you not hear about that unwritten rule? That you're supposed to serve and protect, but you serve but not protect? I'm just saying. And that was a court case back in 2008. And the federal government made it quite clear. Police officers are not obligated, constitutionally obligated to protect you. They can serve you, but it's up to them to protect you, and they are not liable if you're killed in their area. The only time when they are liable is if you are in jail or in prison or in a mental institution. If you're in school, you are not in custody. If you're walking outside and you say, hey, I need help, they don't got to help you. Okay. So, on that note, let's start a conversation. Put something down there if you totally disagree with what I say and you think I'm talking out the side of my neck like this. I'm sorry, I'm acting silly. If you think I'm talking out the side of my neck, or if you think what I'm saying is right, or if you agree with me, put something down, or if I could have gone a little further. However, this is Politics with Laura. I thank you, my subscribers. I thank you to the passerbys. Passerbys, could you click like, or even dislike? If you're like, I don't like your content, I'm going to dislike it. It helps the algorithm. I can get to someone who does like my content. But I hope you like my content too. Signing off. Thank you. Bye-bye.